40 million people in it. Those 40 million people, 17.5 million pay taxes, less than half. And the worst part is, if you take away 200 guys, the billionaires, 200 guys, you take them out of the equation, we lose 47% of our revenue.
California people, I have to ask you this question. When you're seeing Nick Shirley, right, all the fraud that's in your state right now, and then you see the response from your governor, Gavin Newsom, to make fun of him. California has 40 million residents, and out of the 40 million residents, only 17.5 pay taxes. Boy, you got a lot of freeloaders. So you have over half your population is just riding on all your money. The 17.5 million in California that pay taxes, what do you feel like right now? You're the highest tax state. They take your money like crazy. Highest taxes. Over half your population doesn't pay. You guys are footing the bill for everyone. Now Nick Shirley comes in and exposes all the fraud, and your governor makes fun of him. How do you feel?
What do you think was a misstep of Governor Newsom?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't accept the premise that there is like missteps. I think he's put some down payments, or for me, as a sports guy, everything's a sports analogy. I think he's gotten us pretty far down the field on mental health with what he did on Prop 1 and also on housing. And it's my job now to get us across the goal line. And so that's what I'm going to do. On mental health is to continue to expand mental health services, understand the difference between, the severely mentally ill and the severely addicted, and that they need different treatment than folks who are in transition. And then on housing, I'm going to put more shot clocks in place. I like what he did in Altadena and the Palisades. I want to have in every county, all 58 counties, what the governor did, put a 90-day shot clock. Tell those agencies you have 90 days to approve or deny every outstanding housing application.
So you're saying that you don't think there's anything that Gavin Newsom did wrong?
I'm saying we will do things differently, but right now, Californians are pretty lucky to have Gavin Newsom as the protector that he is.
Okay, I have to ask you.
Yeah.
Is he endorsing you? You're honestly the first person who sat here and has not been able to say one thing that Gavin Newsom did wrong. So, the reason we asked this question is because I think it really is telling, is this next governor going to support the good and the bad? Or is he going to say, yes, this is something that I wouldn't have done or I would have done differently? Is there anything you would have done differently than Governor Newsom?
Yeah, I think what he did in the Palisades and Altadena is something I'm going to do in all 58 counties to expedite housing.
Okay.
Hello, California. Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco and your next governor. We are coming to the end of tax season, and there are hundreds of thousands of Californians who work in the hospitality industry who are realizing and finding out the truth about our current governor and the majority of our legislature. The truth about California government is that state government has an unquenchable thirst for your money, and they despise people who work hard. In an effort to relieve the burden on some of our hardest working Californians, President Trump exempted tips from taxes. But our failed California governor and majority of the legislature said, no, we want your money. Not only are they taxing the middle class into leaving California, they are taxing businesses and millionaires and billionaires out of California. No more jobs, no more workers, no more California.
California is essentially a welfare state at this point. You have 40 million people, only 17.5 million of the people are actually paying taxes. And out of the 17.5 million, 200 of those people are responsible for over half of the taxes, and they're leaving because California decided that they needed more of their money in that 5% wealth tax that they wanted to tax the billionaires. We talked about that about 2 months ago. This is insane, man. It's unsustainable, to be honest with you.
When you leave California, do not come to Montana. We are full. It is too cold. You will not survive up here. You'll wind up leaving after the first winter. This is sad. And what's saddest about this, and I'll just make this really quick, the gentleman at the end with the really cool mustache, they're not going to hear him. They're not going to listen to him. If he accidentally comes across on their screen, they're going to turn the channel or turn off their brain. They're not going to get those facts because California has done, honestly, it's impressive. I don't like it, but it is impressive. The way they have brainwashed a large amount of that state to do whatever they want to do. And that candidate who can't even admit something wrong, I don't even know. I mean, obviously he's probably liberal. That's not a leader, y'all. If you can't answer a straight and simple question and your answer is, no, the guy before me must have done everything perfectly, you should not be in office. Trump is not doing everything perfectly. He didn't do it perfectly the first time. See how easy that was? That's just an example of the direction the state is going. Look, Texas is open. Go to Georgia. Don't come up to Montana.
Don't you dare.
We're not open.
Don't
We're
you
not
dare. We are
No,
not
no,
open. Atlanta
no.
is full. Georgia is full.
No. Don't bring your foolishness down south either. Period.
You know where you can go, honestly, in all seriousness, if you're California, you absolutely love what this is doing. South Korea is great. So is Singapore. So is Canada. Thailand, actually very cheap to live in. You get a chance to do that. You might want to really sit down and think to yourself, if I hate this country so much, why am I still here?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think people in California, hey, move to Virginia. Move to move to Maryland, move to New Jersey, move to New York.
Go to New York. We're full. Our quote is full. Our quote is full.
Don't go south.
Our quote is
anywhere
full.
in the
We don't need
Northeast,
no more crazy.
Anywhere they'll take you. They'll gladly take you anywhere in the Northeast.
I think it's ridiculous. I was a party of that at one point. I won't dive too detailed, but back in probably about 10, 15 years ago, the NBA minimum was $486,000. By the time you got that money back, it was at 190, and you still got to live. And so I think that what the people of California are dealing with is very tough. It's very hard. And like AT said, to have a leader that cannot directly pinpoint where we're going and the direction that we're going, I mean, we're just all over here. You're just about to repeat something we've already done. There's no clear direction. Without vision, people perish. You don't have a clear direction, so they're not going nowhere. It'll be the same old thing. But do not come to Dallas because it's already getting crowded. Do not come this way.
Thomas Sowell says that everything is new when you don't know your history. This attack on the West has been pretty much since the inception of the modern era, and it is all about an attack on private property, because it is private property that keeps you independent. And to varying degrees, all of the countries in the West are all still and have been fighting the same fight between those who would like to so-called provide everything and you own nothing and love it, and those people who want self-determination and sovereignty. Nothing changes. Nothing has changed. There is nothing different happening. This is what has always been happening. As soon as people left the medieval times and determined that they were going to be free and sovereign, the attack started then, and it has persisted until now. So I will turn then to the wisdom of the great lady Margaret Thatcher, who says, it is good to recall how our freedom has been gained in this country, speaking of England, not by great abstract campaigns, but through the objections of ordinary men and women to having their money taken from them by the state. In the early days, people banded together and said to the then government, "You shall not take our money before you have redressed our grievance." It was their money, their wealth, which was the source of their independence against the government. There is no such thing as safe socialism. If it is safe, it's not socialism. And if it is socialism, it's not safe. The signposts of socialism point downhill to less freedom, less prosperity, downhill to more muddled, more failure. If we follow them to their destination, they will lead this nation to bankruptcy. California, you're on your way.
Hey, they would be bankrupt if it wasn't for, the federal funds that they receive. They would be bankrupt. Crystal, what are your thoughts?
Listen, Eric Swalwell needs to go and hide. He already was part of the alleged sleeping with the Chinese spies. So that already is problematic. So him saying he's just following in Kamala's footsteps, saying that when they asked Kamala what would she do different from Joe Biden, everything that Joe Biden did was amazing. Everything. And there's nothing I would change. Everything was great. And now we reach Eric Swalwell sitting down there. Everything that Governor Newsom did is spot on. I want to follow in his footsteps. We may change a little here and there, but This is the problem. Y'all need to get rid of these greasy used car salesmen that are problematic and get rid of these con artists. I would support Mr. Chad Bianco or one of them that are coming there with common sense. Again, as I said, it's not vote blue no matter who and vote red until I'm dead. It's about they are applying for a job. I want y'all to understand that everyone in the sound of my voice, they're applying for a job to represent you, to govern your state. You need to interrogate them like they are on a job interview. You have so many candidates in front of you, and I want to make sure I get the right person for the job. Because I'm telling y'all, between what Nick Shirley exposed and then James O'Keefe, where they're paying people with money, illegal substances and cigarettes to vote, to register to vote, that's problematic. Right. And then we have the financial issues where only a certain portion is paying. Listen, Linda. Y'all better get rid of these people because I'm telling y'all, listen, we are going to create a conglomerate where if you enter in one of our states and you're coming from there, we definitely need for you to pass an exam. You cannot come in here with your blue behavior. If you want to go somewhere with blue behavior, as LJ says, Montana has so much space. Atlanta's traffic is atrocious. So don't come here to Georgia. Montana has so much big space and room. Y'all can go that way. I heard Dallas has traffic issues too, so you don't got to go to Texas. Yeah. Montana has their arms wide open for y'all. So just go over there. But don't come over here.
We are grizzly bear country. You will die within a month. But by all means, go ahead and take a shot at it. Especially if you're a city person, please, I need some entertainment. Bring your butt up to Montana, see what happens.
Eric Swalwell is a mini Gavin Newsom. Hey, man, I don't see why he's even bothered. You just say I'm mini Gavin Newsom. Whatever he got, I'll give you more. That's all you say. But it's retarded. But my point, and I'm going to make it very brief. People in California need to start rising up and protest. I'm waiting for the protests, for the demonstrations, because I mean, that's the only way they're going to get this thing resolved. Yeah. Right now, they're just too quiet. You know, to hear those kind of statistics, only 17% of the people paying all the taxes. As Celeste said, it is a welfare state. And people need, I'm waiting to see if someone's going to come to their senses and start organizing and go out there and start demonstrating it. Maybe they're doing it and we're just not getting it from the media. Media's not telling us anything. But for them to sit back and just take this, they deserve whatever they get.
No, you're absolutely right there. I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. What are your thoughts? Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on to all so you never miss an upload. Consider joining the ARP family or buy your brother a coffee. That link's in the description box below. Join us Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for ARP in the morning. And as always, keep God first, stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you all next time. Peace.
It is God who arms me with strength. Yeah, I'm battle ready. He trains my hands for battle. My heart stays steady. But thanks be to God, he gives us the victory. Through my Lord Jesus Christ, fear can't live in me. I was down to the dirt, red clay on my shoes, old pain in my shirt, oh so bruised. In the Lord hit my chest, kicked death from my breath, put power in my step.